Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Montego Ramon, man, back with another video, man. We are here. It is Sunday. The market is open and we are live. Like I said, man, we here with the Risers X channel, rising to the occasion, and sheesh, man. We looking sweet though. Things are looking pretty sweet. Like we up in some trades. We up in gold. We're up in ES or S&P 500. Let's see. I'm gonna open up this chart. All right, so we're in longs here. Just need my data to kind of pop back up. Sometimes it takes a little minute. There we go. All right, so we're dipping into a fair value gap. I'm hoping that we get a pullback this week for an entry, because I am locked and loaded in my accounts and ready to go. So I made a $1,000 deposit into my account. I'll show that to y'all in a second. Matter of fact, I'll show y'all now, because this is a real part of the journey right here, where basically what happened was I discovered that I was actually profitable as an options trader, right? And so I can show you this right down here. All right, I will turn this over to options, and then you will see options. This is how much money I made in options, right? This was over the course of basically from like, let me see if I can adjust this to a certain, goes back to 2025 while P&L for other assets since 2024. So yeah, so basically the best way I can recall this is that like I did like over 10K. I built my account to like 10K over like 2.5 months. When I got back home from Columbia, after I graduated in 2025, I went to Columbia, stayed there for a month. I pretty much used all the money I had at that time. I had 10K on me then, probably. I was out here wilding, having fun, flying girls out. Man, I was having a good time. You know, just traveling. I stayed in a few different places. And I was like, you know what? I'm running out of money. I'm losing trades. Let me go back home. All right, so I went back home. And when I got back home, I went and got my insurance license, and then started doing insurance adjusting, and in 2.5 months with my account up to like a little over 10K. They ended up getting stuck in Colombia in November. During that time, that's when I was deep in my option plays. You know what I mean? I was deep in my option plays. Not too many of these plays, I think they don't even really go back to, if I have anything in 2024, let's see if I have anything in 2024. I'm sure I got some stuff in 2024. I definitely made some decent bread in 2024. Yep, end of 2024. End of 2024, nothing too crazy. We had some nice wins. Nice win on Tesla. You can see all those small losses. And then you see when the wins are big, they're big, right? Small wins, small losses. Big win on Netflix, November. I had a little bread on me then, I remember that. That's in 2024. So we was playing it that whole time, right? So even over the whole time, because what happened was, yeah, I was in the market, but I wasn't really keeping no money in my portfolio. I really was pulling it out to put it into futures, because I'm trying to master the future size. I'm like, once I master the future size and making this gonna be my quick income money, then this is gonna be my longer terms or midterm slower money over here. But once it gets rolling, it gets going. And then kind of when I got back, I really just doubled down on it. Where you can see I started taking probably a few more trades, nothing too crazy. Had a really holding a lot of shares. Yeah, nothing too crazy. We did a decent amount during that time. Really, you could see in like June. You can see June, that was nothing much going on. RGTI. Okay, so maybe it was a little more than just that 2.5 months that I actually did that. But we still had some decent wins. That's 1,200 right there. Small loss. Here we go, another. That put us at about 15, 16 almost. Then this is about another 5 right here. So about 2. So we probably only did about 2 during that time. That's still a nice gain. About 2K during that time, that 2.5 months. That's still a nice gain on that 10K. And still, I was still doing a lot of pulling money out and still putting in the futures where I was just mostly losing money, which we're still working on. Really just been doubling down on the future side during this time where I'm like, man, I know what I have to do. I got to treat it sort of how I treat the options, where I'm waiting on major areas of support and resistance before I enter trades and things like that. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where we're at with that. So for the most part, I'm holding this gold trade. I'm looking to get pullbacks, areas that I'm looking for potential pullbacks for another entry, so I can, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this options trade. Cut that. I'm going to buy options. Matter of fact, let me start that back up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy, so if you look over here on my phone, I'm going to buy GLD. This is the gold ETF that basically follows gold, right? And so it's at 425 right now. And then if I was to look at this chart, let's go to the 1 year. This is the 1 year. What is this at? It should be February, January. Okay, let me see the 5 year. Okay, that's when we blew up. We blew up to highs, had this pullback, and then we're about to go to all-time highs again. I think so. We could freaking sell off, but whatever. So I'm looking to enter around probably like, I'm looking at the 401s, probably 400 area, right below the 400s, potentially in the 380s, 390s. So I'm looking in those areas. Let me see if I can set some alerts real quick. I'll set some alerts on here, add an alert, price. Nah, we're gonna keep it on price. I wanna look for 405. Cross this target price, yep. I wanna add another one around 390. 7 alert. So I'll look for those two as my areas of entry. I'll keep those, because what I was seeing was, yeah, 405 is a good look. And then the next ones is like 390, around like this 390 probably looking decent. Also this 370, let me see about 375. I'll add that one in too. So as y'all can see, this is how I set my alerts for basically the pullback. This is super important because now I'm not trying to sit here and watch the charts all day. I saw my areas of support and resistance, and then I go set my alerts. I wait for price to pull back to those areas, and then I'm waiting to enter, you know, potentially enter the trade. Depending on where it's at and how it's looking will probably help me determine how much I'm willing to risk in the trade, right? So that's that right there. That's all I'm mostly focused on right now. Other than that, I'm looking to buy some slow growth dividend stocks. So SCHD is one of my favorites. You can see I already got a check there. Let's see, past week we're up, past month we're up $2, past 3 months we're up 8%, and then year to date we're up 28%. Last year we're up 27%. 5 years we're up 36%. Really slow, not really tripping. It's just been slow, consistent growth. And what I want to do is just start to create weekly buys on this. I like the daily buy of $1, but I'll probably turn that up to some more. So I'll probably look to buy some of this in the morning. I'll probably look to buy some of this. I would like a pullback to like 33, 32, something like 30s, 20. Look, just earlier this year's been up. This is the only pullback I got in March for real. We got a small pullback to the 30s. If I can get 32, whatever, I'm buying, man. That thing going up. I'll probably look for that. I'm gonna see VTI and VOO. VTI, one of my faves. You can see VTI as an ETF. This is basically portfolio distribution and all the sectors of the market it's in. It's 35% technology, one of its heavy ones. Its lowest is basic materials. Next best is financial services and healthcare. And then you got consumer cyclical. That's interesting. Energy is pretty low. Those are some of the areas I'm interested in. Real estate low. Consumer defensive is pretty low. Okay, that's interesting. Industrials up there with healthcare. Okay, cool. So that's another one off those. And then let me look at VOO. VOO is another one of my faves. Looking slightly different. Communication services is up there on here, but you can see their top two, technology and financial services. Then you can see consumer cyclical and communication services, that's different. Healthcare still pretty up there. Industrial still kind of up there, not as much. Energy, consumer defensive are still around about. Materials down. And then let me just see their chart real quick. Let me see the past year, they're up 19%. You don't really care about the dollar amount. You care about the dollar amount if you're in options, maybe. But the percentage is what you really want to see. Up 11% on the year. We had this dip. This is that March, April dip we got. That was an awesome time to buy, man. I'm telling you, we get another one of them dips, boy, I'm in some. Cash locked and loaded, man. Past year to date, 11%. Past year, 20%. Overall, let's do 5 years. So up 70% in the last 5 years. Okay, cool. Who else I'll be looking at? QQQ. Those are my ETFs I would buy into just on a regular basis. You'll get slow growth, and you'll also get dividends paid to the account. Same with QQQ. Same with SPY, SPX. Heavy in technology, because he's 60% technology. Last month, barely up. 3 months down 1%. Year to date up 15%. Past year up 25%. That's okay. Past 5 years up almost 100%. That is insane. That means we almost got a double up coming in the past 5 years. This is his holdings. QQQ is really all about what's it called? It's basically a tech stock, a tech ETF. So it's gonna be heavy in the tech. So yeah. And then let's see SPY or SPX. I'll go SPY. I really don't know the difference between SPY and SPX, if I'm being honest. This is SPY. Let's see what SPX say. Oh, this is okay. Oh, okay. This is the actual index, like for futures and stuff like that. So I'll add this one in there too. Where do I want this to go? I'll put this in my ETFs. Okay, cool. So this is look basically exactly like the S&P 500 futures, right? So let's see what they're saying. Past week we're down. Past month we are up 3%, almost 4%. Past 3 months only up about 2%. Year to date up 11%. Past year almost 20%, and then 5 years we're up 72%. Okay. All right, let's go to SPY. So because that ETF overall is more expensive, just to get one share of it, the options chain is going to be insane compared to using this ETF that follows it. So S&P is the top 500 companies in basically in the stock market. So you can see they're heavy tech, and then looking very similar to like the VOO, the VTI. Still kind of comparable to QQQ, still following closely to QQQ, I would say. What we feeling here? Okay, so what I want to see is the chart where I would like to possibly enter for buys. I would love anything around 730, 740, 750, 740, 750. I love those areas. If we get down to here below those, I like 700s, 720. I like that. And then this is that bottom of bottoms, man. If you could have got that thing down here and bought some, you know what I'm saying? You could have bought some long dated leap options. Well, you'd be up crazy right now. Bought some a couple years out. So yeah. And if I wanted to like day trade this for options, this is what I'd use. I'd go here and I would trade it from here. So QQQ, I'll keep an eye out for that. I didn't set any what's it called, alerts. I'm not concerned with it right now. These are options plays that I had bought a long time ago just to kind of test them out. You can see this one out. This one is up. They're not actual trades I'm in, but what they are is like, it's showing you what it would look like if you would have had bought it, right? So it shows you the gain, the actual real-time gain on it and what it would look like. So I'd be up 293% if I had bought this and held this, right? You can see date added over here on my left column. It's the third one on the left. Date added 12/26/24. That's when I looked to buy that, and I was holding until 2027. So that would have been a nice buy. I just wasn't sure about Hood at the time. I'm like, man, I think it's a solid stock. I didn't really understand their value at the time, but over time I was able to understand. And they're down right now. I think, what's their stock at? Their stock is at 107. They're kind of down. It ain't down crazy, but they are, like, you can see they're down in the past. They've been up as much as, what's this, 117. Oh, they've been up higher than that. They've been up as much as like 120s. It's January, had a dip, been recovering since, slowly making its way up. I might actually look to do options trades on this. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Where do I like the entry at? So if we go back year to date, I like anything in the 90s, the 90s and 100. So I'll set an alert on those. Okay, I want to see if price falls below, I want to see 100. Done. I want to see 95. I want to see, what the hell? I want to see 95. 95. I want to see 85. I'll keep them $10 apart, basically. And then I want to know about 75. Done. And then we'll leave that on at 60. And we are ready on Hood, because I would definitely look to buy long term on them guys. They just came out with this gold credit card. That's pretty cool. I'm watching out for RGTI was another one. Let's see how this doing. This one up 68%. It was slow. It was up crazy at first, and then they had an insane pullback. They're kind of down. They were running at first. It was hot for a minute. I got a nice few wins off of them. Right, we had some crazy jumps. I have to show y'all when I was exactly in the trade, but you can see this is probably around the time I was in it for real. I think we got up around here and then we started falling off. I think I wrote this like $50+ from like maybe like 16 or 50 plus dollars. Yeah, something like that. And we started falling off. We were all about that hype. This is actually, I would say it's actually a great area to buy right now. I would actually be highly consider buying an options trade in this like now, or buying shares of it. I would want to do a little more research on just kind of what's going on with their forward guidance, and because quantum computing was a huge thing for AI, where it was basically a new technology that needed to take, you know, computing and AI to the next level. Basically, it was like giving it this ability to like exponentially increase its ability to make calculations, because quantum was about these infinite possibilities that we are able to basically view and observe as human beings. So it's like they found a scientific way to explain how we're able to, like, a lot of people call it quantum leaping and timeline jumping, but basically it works like this. What you focus on is what you're able to observe, right? What basically what you perceive, you know what I mean? Like, so if you focus on something, that's what's going to appear. It's all about you. It comes back to you. And this is an important like distinction between like people who focus on external circumstances versus people who focus inward. And so what you'll understand is that a lot of people who are able to focus inward typically aren't swayed by their external circumstances. They're able to keep a lock on and understand their personal power as far as like the way they influence the external environment, right? So it get kind of, because a lot of people fall kind of victim to their circumstances and things that happen, and they think they're out of control, or it's out of their hands, and they might not admit to it or know it, but it's like, nah, actually a lot of it it's like things that happen are typically happening for your greater good, and your greater good is all about kind of what you're focused on and your personal growth, right, and personal development. Yeah, it get a little sticky, man. That's a whole another topic for a whole another day. But hey man, I always focus inward. So these are some of my stocks that I was watching. It's supposed to be my Magnificent 8, but over time I've been keeping a track of a lot of different players in the game around AI and just other sectors of the market that have been rewarded, and stocks I was watching in that area. So I actually wrote down Netflix the other day. I had some nice wins on Netflix. They did a stock split not too long ago, and we've been on the up and up since. We all had that fall, and let me see, they had that fall in February, March. They were still going up in March, and then fell off in April. They didn't have a crazy fall. They fell all the way to July. Then we got a turnaround in July. I'll go back. Turnaround in July. We've been kind of on the up and up since. So we're down 10%. 3 months, on the past 3 months, we're down 15% year to date, literally $14. And then the past year, we're down 34%. 5 year, we're up still 46%. That around that time last year, I was getting some crazy wins on them. End of 2024, man. We was going crazy. And then we ran that thing up in June. It fell off a little bit. So this might be a good time to buy on Netflix as well. Like, I gotta keep an eye on them guys. Nvidia is the big dog, man. Y'all know what time it is. Nvidia was making millionaires for a while, boy. They was turning everybody. You could just throw anything, and then that thing was going up, bro. They did a crazy stock split. I think that was like a 1-to-10 stock split, maybe. If you don't know what a stock split is, basically like when a stock gets like super expensive, let's say this stock went and got over $1,000. Like if we go back to this 5 year, you see that thing is up over 1,000%, bro, in the past 5 years. It's a max 27,500%, bro. They've been making millionaires since 2020, dog. This is insane, bro. If you was an early buyer, bro, this is why this shit is so important, dog. Because like this is the type of stuff that'll turn you into a millionaire. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you just look up one day like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you was an early player in the game and understanding what was going on in the economy and how the economy was being affected by basically what you know what I mean, whatever technology and value was being added at the time. So if you was an early adopter of like AI and understanding what needed to be happening around there, because chips has always been an important thing, but it's like nobody was really paying attention to it like that. Then now it's like 5-10 years later, people getting hooked to it because they like understanding like, oh, this is huge. You know what I mean? So this thing is up 27,000% since its inception. Since its inception way back in Max. So this thing started in the 2000s, dog. It looked like it. Oh, that's just as far as we go back. Had a little spike up right there. Didn't really do much. Then we was down pennies, bruh, for a long time. And then over time, that thing just started climbing year after year after year after year after year. That thing started climbing, man. And I don't see this thing coming down. And Nvidia is the most valuable stock in the stock market. It has the highest evaluation of any stock in the stock market right now. It's a like $5 or $6 trillion stock right now. And you can see Nvidia rises 0.75% on Friday's close ahead of fiscal Q2 earnings and $7 billion AI deal announcement. Nvidia is set to report fiscal Q2 earnings on Wednesday after market close with consensus EPS at $2.07. Okay, so I want to see what happens Wednesday once they report. This is coming up soon, right? I think this is coming up soon. So Wednesday they should be reporting. I really do need to understand the PE ratio. It looks like what it's saying is that if y'all look in the left column right here, PE ratio, what it's saying is that for every dollar that they invest, they're making 32 cents on that dollar, right? So that's super important to keep an eye out for on the PE ratio, because sometimes a lot of companies aren't really worth it. Like for instance, like I think there was this talk around Walmart. Like, let's go see WMT real quick. Let me see Walmart. Know y'all ticker symbols, man. You gotta know your ticker symbols. 37 PE ratio. Nah, you know, it's something I really need to understand a little better. But basically what this guy was saying was that Walmart was not worth the buy right now because of its value currently. It's overvalued or not worth the value compared to Nvidia. Nvidia, you're gonna get a much better return because Walmart basically is overpriced compared to its actual value. And it's something that I actually got to dive into a little more and understand better myself, because I think it'll help me understand what better to buy into than not. And all right, so we're gonna jump from the stocks right now. I'm gonna drop the stocks and then we're gonna hop in the charts in a second. I just gotta get back to it in a second. Actually, bro, I really just gotta do this real quick. I really just need to submit my my report. I gotta do a report every hour while I'm at work. Like I told y'all, man, I'm documenting a journey, you know what I'm saying, during this whole process, because I know I'm gonna get where I'm going, and I'm just trying to show people, hey, look, man, if you could make no excuses, bro, to get it done. You know, I think people need to see that. Because like, luckily for me, I'm able to do this while I'm at work. If I couldn't do while I was at work, I would still do it when I got off of work. And even when I was like working in insurance, I had my screens up with the charts up right there, bro. News going and everything. I really do need to watch CNBC a little more often, but I don't be watching it like that. But I really do need to watch it a little more often. So we'll work on that. That's something I can start to do throughout the day and stuff like that. Have CNBC up, especially when I'm like trading stocks or trading in the market at the time. So as of right now, what I'm thinking is, all right, we'll chart this out a little bit. It's really not too much to me to chart right here on gold. I'm looking to see if, so look, I'm looking for areas where you could potentially pull back to. So I'm going to mark out 4 hour fair value gap. So it's a small one right here. We have another one right here. Boom. And then we have a major one right here. Okay, cool. So if I get a pullback to any one of these, add an alert, add an alert. This is a major area I also want to watch for. Boom, right over that. And then other than that, we're basically just taking off to new highs. Let me mark off this one right here. This is the top of a fair value gap. And then we have this area of resistance right here. I want to see if we can make it up there this week. Right? Look like we got a price gap up here, which was filled and we sold off. It got filled and we sold off. And then we have, so I'll mark out this area of resistance next. Probably like both of these, honestly. Boom. And then I'll mark out one more. So what I just did was I marked out the areas where I'm expecting price to give me some kind of rejection or pullback before it continues higher. I'm expecting price to ultimately go higher. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alerts for areas I would like to buy in if price pulls back. We're continuously going higher. We're having some slow time in this area right here for the most part, which I'm not worried about. This is what I expect, but hopefully it gives me a pullback so I can find an entry to show y'all so y'all can see me execute this options trade. And I just want a good entry my damn self, because we need to get this ball rolling. So I made the first $1,000 contribution. I've had to pull a little bit out because I just put my whole check in there. Basically, I got $1,200. I put $1,000 in there. Had some stuff, a few things paid off. Got gassed up. Got a few groceries, and then basically we're gonna try to navigate this time. Just being very minimal right now. Like my name ain't Gotti, cause I ain't got it. It's in the market got my money. I'm gonna say, hey, the market got my name. My name ain't Gotti. The market got it. And then let's see. Yeah, I ain't really seeing much. All right, let's move on. YM to the 4 hour. All right, look like we having a rejection from this area. I think we're getting a rejection from this area. I'm wondering if we're going to continue higher or are we going to dip into the price gap. There's a price gap I have marked out down here. Right, so that's the price gap. That's what I'm expecting us to fill. So what I want to see is some structure start to be created. For instance, like here, I want to see like probably a pullback into this area, potentially. So I'll set an alert, excuse me, for here. Add an alert, and then I'll set another one for right above here. Add an alert, but I want to see some structure starts to happen, and I probably want to set one down here, because what I want to see is some structure start to be created for us to go for that price gap. That'll be a nice trade. What I'm thinking I might do is I might take another $100 and I'll probably go ahead and get a prop firm account tonight. And then that'll be it. That'll be it. I got my tank filled up for the week. I got another check coming Thursday, and then we just gonna have to make it happen, Kevin. I could probably use another $50 in groceries if I need to. That'll probably bring us back down about 700 potentially, and we make another contribution into this week and next week, and so that's how we rocking right now. And then outside of that, I'm working on a nice release for my birthday on some music. So we're gonna drop a song, music video, piece of merch, one painting, and we're gonna go from there. You know what I'm saying? At least, so I'll have a photo shoot. I need at least one model to work with, and yeah, that's kind of where we at with it right now. It's looking like a cup and handle too. Yeah, y'all have to look that one up. Look cup and handle. This move right here. Actually, I'll show y'all, man, because I know these patterns a little bit. So let's say cup and handle chart pattern. So this is the cup and handle chart pattern. If y'all look over here, this is the cup and handle chart pattern. So kind of this swoop going on. It's a lot going on here. Just pull back and then we get this rocket up. Let's go to images. So here go another good one. Cup and handle chart pattern. God damn, it's going crazy. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at. So if I had to draw it out here, y'all can see if we get a pullback here, it's kind of looking like that, right? Am I tripping, y'all? Kind of looking like that. I'll do it. This. Boom, we got, so we should get a little pullback here, right? And then kablooey. Supposedly, I think what I'm waiting on is this right here, though, guys. I'm waiting on some movement like this, some downtrending structure, so I can get to this target here. I just need confirmation around it, right? So I can get down to that price gap to be filled, and then I'll probably take a buy from here. I'll go long from here, right? I'll go long from here, back up into in this area, potentially, maybe right back up into here. So we'll see. So I'm waiting on this short right here. Potentially, I want you under this level. And I'll probably keep my stops down there. So that's what I'm looking for. Probably gonna be a day or so. Probably by tomorrow we might sell down here. By the end of the evening, we'll probably be, I'm expecting some manipulation in the morning. And we'll see. So that's what I'm waiting on there. I'm in this trade on ES, as you can see. I'm looking at shorts because I'm waiting on this guy to fill this price gap way down here, right? So hopefully we start to just get a nice structure created going down here to fill this price gap before we start to take off. So it may be all week. It may take us all week to get down here, maybe even 2 weeks potentially. We might go higher before we even head down there. So I'm just going to keep an eye out for it, and you can see clearly we're in a downtrend, but we might be getting a slight shift of structure here. So let me get this out of here. That's crazy. So y'all can see we've been trending down right here, making lower highs and lower lows, basically, right? Making lower highs, lower lows. We get these little manipulative pullbacks, but then ultimately I think we're just going to go lower. It may not happen as fast as I wanted to, but we're just gonna hold. And that's kind of what I've been working on too around this time, where I want the longer trades. I don't want to be in the little scaps and day trades in and out. I can do that, but sometimes it just don't. I get a little too erratic, and I like just going with the overall price movement in a higher time frame, because it moves a little simpler and cuts out all the noise for me. Because all of the ups and downs and the small time frames drive me nuts emotionally, right? So this is me trying to mature as a trader and my trading and investor identity and understanding what's working and what's not working and cutting out what's not working and doing more of what's working. So that go. All right, cool. I accidentally closed out locked my book. Oh, this is nice structure to the downside. This is nice structure to the, remember I told y'all I missed this trade. It left me by a point or so and started heading down, and now it's really heading down. And if I can get a pullback, potentially I might actually get in this trade. I'm gonna keep an eye out for it. I want anything, that thing start dropping below here, let me know. Dang, I gotta go take out, let me take some off of gold. I could take some of the, take some of the ones at the way bottom. Boom. And then we'll go back up to NQ. And then I want anything, let me know if anything start dropping under here. Nah, let me see if we get, something above here. I don't know. Actually, I ain't really tripping. Delete that. Let me know if it dropped under this level. Add an alert. Okay, cool. Oh, put that back, man. Put that back. All right, cool. Yeah, so like I said, remember I told y'all I was like August, September, I expect us to be selling off. What have we been doing? Selling off. We've been selling off. Look at this. This is August, mid-August. We've been selling off, man. Selling off. We might sell off all the way into October, bro, before we get a nice bottom and a turnaround. This has been happening year after year, I'm telling y'all. And so it's an easy way to find nice buy-in and get in your favorite stocks and ETFs and indexes at a discounted price and ride that bottom to the top as we go into this end of the year run. So keep an eye out for that. I don't want this video to go too much longer, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and check the news real quick, see if we got any news coming up this week, and then I am gonna end this. All right, cool. Calendar, what's the calendar at? Boom. All right, let me hit the filter. None, USD. This has been key for me, guys. I ain't gonna lie, finding this filter, it just removes all the noise. We got, oh, let's go crazy. I feel like I don't, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and call it what it is. All these are reasons to be selling off. I'm gonna assume that we're gonna get manipulation up. Everything gonna be a reason just to continue to sell it off. I don't know who Jackson Hole's symposium is. What is symposium? I've heard this word, but I don't really know it like that. We got core PCE index, whatever that is. Core PCE, change in price of goods and services purchased by consumers excluding food and energy. Okay. And then we got prelim GDP, annualized change in value of all goods and services produced by the economy. Actual greater than forecasted good for currency, actual 2025, 2026. Oh, this don't come out that often. This comes out like once a quarter. Oh, that's gonna be huge then. We need to watch for that Wednesday. You got unemployment claims coming out again this week. Unemployment claims coming every week. Fair Chairman Walsh speaks. Prelim benchmark payroll. Actual greater than forecasted good for currency. I guess this haven't been much of a change. They don't even show you the forecast. Whatever, man. Revised UOM consumer sentiment. What is that? University of Michigan. All right. Jackson Hole symposium. So day 2 is more important than day 1 and day 3. So let's see what this is talking about. Annually, Economic Policy Symposium held in Jackson Hole, Wyoming is attended by central bankers, finance ministers, academics, and financial market participants from around the world. The meetings are closed to the press, but officials usually talk with reporters throughout the day. Comments and speeches from central bankers and other influential officials can create significant market volatility. Cool. I was listening to a guy, he was talking about expect a lot of volatility, and these are situations that actually probably will create a lot of volatility in the market, which you just have to be experienced when it comes to trading that type of stuff. So this is the Treasury speaking tomorrow at 1 p.m. All right, cool, man. That's all I got for you guys. This is boy Montego Ramon. We got a little bit of news coming up. Good bit of news coming up, and we just want to see how it's going to be affecting. Because if we don't know exactly how to move now, it may give us a peek into the future next time we have these news updates come out. So, like I said, this is your boy Montego Ramon, man. Y'all know what I'm on. Rise X, where we rise to the occasion. Peace.